You're watching Ever Free Radio.
And now, Ever Free Radio presents Stay Brony, My Friends, with DustyKatt.
Hey everybody! Welcome once again to the West Coast, San Jose, California, with your host, me, DustyKatt. A little later we'll get Screwball in the chat, but there's one thing I do have to inform you of, and it's a sad day because our good friend Raven has had to back out. She's not feeling well. About a half an hour ago she did call me and said she was really sorry that she had to just had to back out of the show tonight. And she will be on, but she will be on at a later date. I'm very sorry about that. But I wasn't going to leave you hanging because Dusty doesn't leave his boys hanging. So, what did I do? I called up my very good friend of the program, Mr. Mike the Microphone.
Hello.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great because I get to talk to my good friend Mike.
Yay!
Yay!
I don't know how many people are like, I just heard you on Saturday. I don't want to hear you again.
Well, the thing is, they heard you on Saturday talking about one thing. So, what we're going to do is
This is true.
we're going to talk about a lot of things between, Pony and musics and more of the projects you got going on, other than just the Christmas album, which is awesome. We'll see what's going on in your mind, which is a scary, dark place.
That's some dangerous ground you're treading
it's-
on there. I don't recommend it.
It's squishy and moist.
I swear to God, please stop using. Stop using the word moist. I hate that word. Please stop using it.
I got you.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna make this as good as we can because we will for you out there in live stream land. Michael. So how was your Black Friday? Because we both work retail. How do you do?
Oh.
Are you trying to forget it?
Honestly, it wasn't bad at first.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at a different store other than the GameStop I work at because they needed extra hands, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Which is a horrible decision on my part because I finished the track with Mando,
Right.
slept for all of a half hour, and then I had to get up. I don't even know how I made it across town to that other store. I was fairly certain that I was gonna get struck by a car or something while biking over, sleep deprived and completely unaware of everything around me. But I made it there in one piece, and it was fine at first, but then we started running out of stuff on our Black Friday list, and people started getting upset,
Mm-hmm.
and people started complaining
Mhm.
and yelling
Mhm.
and saying, "Why don't you have enough?" And I was like, "Oh God, here we go."
Here we go.
And I had to work the floor.
Oh.
But I mean, overall, it
Good
wasn't
night.
too bad. How about yourself?
Same thing. Basically, our Black Friday was a week-long sale.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, from weekend to weekend. It was awesome. In
It
that
sounds
I got a
awesome.
lot of sales, kind of thing. But
Oh.
yeah, there wasn't that much, hemming and hawing. People were saying, "Why aren't tires on sale?" Well, that's because you don't make a dime on tires in the first
Yeah.
place. So we give you half off on mounting. Isn't that enough? So-
Yeah, right.
But other than that, we got our tree up. So we got our beautiful tree over there, and we got the icicles hanging from the mantle behind me, all nice and LED, tricolor, rainbow dash style.
Oh my God,
oh, yeah.
LED,
That's
LED
awesome.
lights.
LED icicles, which go all 6 colors from top to bottom.
That's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Caradwin brought those home, and I went, "Really?" And then he hung over, and I went, "Oh yeah." Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's the thing with Christmas lights. It's always one of those things where it's like, really, the that looks nice.
Yeah, once they're up, they're awesome.
I actually do want to decorate my house this year. I'm going to decorate my house this year.
So, Mike, did you watch last week's episode?
I did not. I know, shame on me.
Is that because you hate Trixie?
No. I'm still on season 2, episode 6.
Oh, man.
I've been busy. I'm sorry.
It takes 20 minutes to watch an episode.
No, it doesn't. It's going to take me at least 5 hours because I have to catch up. Oh, God. And
I now got to
like
think about season 2. What are we going to talk about then? It's like, okay, we can talk Pony. But
No,
it's like,
I know the gist. I know the gist of the episode, so I could probably keep up a decent conversation.
Yes. Well, anyway, let's say, how did you feel about, Trixie coming back the way they used her? Was it a good way, or do you think that they could have written her just a little bit different? I thought it was pretty cool, except for a couple of points.
I didn't mind it. I certainly didn't mind the way they brought her back. I especially loved that she had a bit more of a volatile attitude, even more so than usual, which was just, I liked that about her. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I was a little bit disappointed in the lack of a direct clash. Because generally when you say we want to challenge somebody to a magical duel, you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool. There's going to be like magic fight. You're thinking like season 2 finale stuff when you think of magic fights. And so everybody's getting all excited and it's literally just magic tricks. And I'm like, oh, it worked. Don't get me wrong. It worked. And it was definitely funny the way she went about doing it. Yeah. But at the same time, it was just like, kind of fell short.
A little bit. I would have liked to see more of a back and forth at the second time, right? Yeah. Where, all of a sudden you got this great big storm behind Trixie and it's awesome and it's like, same trick. Yep. Let's do something a little bit more. But it was still pretty good. I thought M.A. Larson wrote it, so I was like,
Oh, no, yeah, don't get me wrong. The episode was absolutely fantastic. At least from what I saw of it, what I understand about it. But again, it was very minor things, little directional changes that could have been done to make it more on the epic side. But again, this is a kids show, so
absolutely,
only so much you can do.
Tell me a bit about the process you and Mando went through for the Christmas album. I know it was sort of a crunch because all of a sudden the Creepers said, "I'm doing a Christmas album," and it was like we got to have it done in a week.
Yeah, and definitely, even Monique was under stress about this. Everybody involved was under a significant amount of stress just because it was one of those things where it's like, first off, Monique has never put out an album this quickly before. And second, I have never had to work under that strict a deadline. Like, I've had some pretty harsh deadlines before, don't get me wrong, but I've never had to work under that strict a deadline. And so I'm sitting here stressing my head off because I get the song and then 3 days later I find out I have a deadline that's in, 4 or 5 days. And I'm like, oh, how the hell am I going to do this? Because I have Black Friday coming up that I need to deal with. I have all this stuff at home. I have to get my classes ready. So I'm freaking out. And then Mando contacts me and he's like, look, we're going to work together on this. We're just going to sit down and we're going to get it done. And literally, the moment we sat down and we got into a call, it was, what if we do this? What if we do this? What if we do this? For about 15 minutes, we break, we do our thing, we reconvene in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We do it again, continue doing that process. The song is done in, I think, little over 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
Incredible.
And then I got to tell, I loved working with him because one of the things that I very rarely get from collabs is usually in the past what it was, somebody had a completed beat and then they'd come to me like, do you want to throw something on this? I'm like, okay, sure, that's totally fine. With Mando, though, we started with like a very rough beat that I could work off of, and then we built the beat around the lyrics I had created, and then I would create more lyrics based off the beat he had made, and they just built upon each other, and it was just very nice, very neatly done, and it was beautiful. It really, really was.
Very organic.
Yeah.
Way of doing it.
That's a good way to put it, organic.
Yeah. It's kind of cool because I took Bronafide's Scootaloo Jungle Drum song that he did last week and sort of I had Caradwin help me with lyrics. He wrote them. But it's sort of like, dude, I can't find the lyric structure in this. And like within 15 minutes, he said, here. I was like, what? I looked at it and went, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And it's like, cool. So now he knows what I want. It's got to a point where we work together so much. It's like, dude, I want to throw in this, this, and this. He says, okay, done, here.
Yeah. No, and it's great when you have somebody like that, especially when you're working on collabs, when you have somebody who is able to do that, where it becomes second nature and you know what each other wants and you're able to build upon each other in such a way that you just create something amazing every single time, because there's that chemistry there. Yeah. And that is one of the most important part of collabs, is having chemistry with somebody. Yeah. It's fine if you have a certain skill set you can bring to the table, but ultimately what it comes down to is chemistry.
Absolutely. And the Christmas CD, the Creeber Christmas CD, is actually live. You can download it now, right?
Yep, and hard copies will be available soon. I'm not entirely sure when. Monique hasn't released a date for that, but you can download it on, I believe it's cdbaby.com.
cdbaby.com. Look up Creebers. Look up the Creebers CD Baby, and you'll be able to find it there. So now that you've got that done, and now you're working on your own album that you're so excited about, you're telling me.
Oh, I'm excited mostly because I've been saying I'd do this for over a year now, and I am about 4 or 5 songs away from being done, finally.
Awesome. So how many songs are going to be on this epic EP?
I believe... Let me check really quick. My last count was somewhere between 20 and 22. It's going to be because it's going to be a compilation album. So let's see here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just going to be new stuff. It's going to be a compilation of my old stuff as well as a bunch of new stuff. So we have one.
So it's sort of like if Poison put a collaboration together with 2 extra songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sort of like a greatest hits. Mike the Microphone's greatest hits plus 7.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 22 songs.
That's awesome. That's going to be cool.
I'm definitely excited for it. Just today, Cyril, after many months of procrastination, I love you, Cyril, if you're watching. After many months of procrastination, we finally finished the lyrical rewrite / cover of Stuck in Time that we said we'd do God only knows how long ago. And then I'm almost done with Rise Above, the track that I premiered at EQLA. The vocals for that are almost done, and I posted up a teaser of that on Tumblr, which I'll grab for you later.
Awesome. Cyril is working on something that I'm supposed to be working on too. So now that he has that done, maybe we can get done on that. So, hey, Cyril.
His list of collabs is just continually growing, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, anybody who can play the horn like that, plus bass, plus guitar, plus growl, is going to be in high demand.
Well, not only that, but he's also balancing his work life, and no, he graduated. He doesn't have to balance school. Lucky.
Yeah, he graduated. Now he has to have a career.
Yep.
Sort of like me. I have a career? When did that happen?
Oh, God. Right, though? Jesus.
Yeah. So, let's see. Christmas album we talked about. Did you see the CMC? No, of course, we just talked about that. Did you have any overview on the CMC episode from 2 weekends ago?
I did not, no.
No?
All I know is that there are Babseed everywhere, and I had no idea. I was very confused.
Yeah, I was wondering because we got remix after remix after remix after remix after really cool remix after really cool remix, and I'm going, where's Mike? It's like,
yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. I'm really not. To be quite honest with you, I'm probably not going to touch any song out of season 3.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get me wrong, I love remixes, and I do love the music from the show, but I'm probably just going to stick to making my own stuff.
Yeah, you're about at that point, huh?
Well, I mean, just because I prefer making original tracks as opposed to doing remixes. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if I can pull inspiration from the show and make something themed off it, yeah, absolutely. But remixes have never really been much my thing, That's more up like Silverhound's alley.
Right.
Which he made a trap mix of Babseed, and I was like, are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, oh my God, I want to jump to this.
I thought he was joking. That's the funny part. I thought he was just making a clever joke, and I'm like, oh my God, he was serious.
Yeah, he was serious. That's sort of like I've got this freaking metal album I've been doing with Bronified for almost a year now. I was like, I got 3 songs left, and it's like,
yeah, you're right there. You're in the home stretch.
I'm like in the home stretch, and then blockage. Like the brain goes
just
I want to do this thing with the song and I can't finish it because it won't come out right. And it's like, and I go away from it and come back and go away from it, come back. That's like, I know he's like probably really PO'd at me by now because this thing should have been out by BronyCon, and guess what? It's almost the next BronyCon.
You know what? I said, I was like, I'll have my album done by Everfree Northwest. Yeah, that'll be... Nope. No. And after that, I literally just said, you know what? I'm going to make a tentative goal. If I don't hit it, I don't hit it. But I do want to try and have it done by the end of the year. So my goal for myself is to have this thing done by the end of the year. And I need to, because at the rate, I've already started work on the album after that, which I'm working on it with Mandy, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We're working on a collaborative thing, and it's going to be an album plus about an 80 to 100 page graphic novel.
Ooh.
So, it's all going to be themed. We have an entire story style thing written up for it. And we're going to start thumbnailing it later this week and get it ready. And we're hoping to have it done by next year's BronyCon, which is a very, very loose goal to make. So
yeah, my loose goal on the metal album is Las Pegasus, which gives me 2 months to finish it, and I've only got 3 songs to do. It's just my voice is the defining factor, because I've gotten to a point where I want to do the certain things in certain songs. In the last couple of months, my voice just sort of you've abused it too much this year, dude.
You know what? When I was working with Mando on the Christmas song, he said something very, very beautiful, and this kind of put me at ease with this song, because I had recorded it somewhere in the ballpark of about 50 times. I had to record, I re-recorded because I wasn't satisfied with what I had made.
Right.
And I really, really wanted to make sure that it was perfect, because I'm a perfectionist, and I know perfection is an unrealistic ideal, but I wanted to try. And he stopped me probably about an hour before we had finally finished the track, maybe a little bit less. It was like an hour, 45 minutes or something like that. And he says to me, I'm going to stop you here. You're done. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I need to do this. And he's like, no, listen to me. When I was working with one of the other guys on the album, he was my sound engineer and I was the performer, and I was doing guitar stuff. And I kept getting frustrated because I kept screwing up minor things with the guitar. And I kept, having to re-record it. And I kept saying, oh, no, let me redo it. Oh, no, let me redo that. And you know what he said to me? He said, no, stop. You're done. And I tried to protest, and he said, no, listen. Your job as a performer is to do the best that you are able to do. And your job is to rock it and make it as great as you possibly can. My job as the sound engineer is to tell you, you did it, you killed it, you're done. So just as he did that for me, I'm going to tell you right now, shut up, you nailed it, you're done.
But I erased all the tracks.
Yeah.
I did. And the three songs I was struggling with, I basically took all 3 folders and put them in the trash. Because I just killed them. Because it's like, no, this isn't working. It's done. I can't make this sound right. And it's like...
Yeah, you get frustrated. That's why I always make it a habit. I never delete my my attempts. Because if I can, I want to be able to go back and try and find them.
Well, I'm hoping that once this Christmas is over, my voice coach, who's doing, of course, she's singing. So she's one of the best sopranos in San Jose, so she's in demand at this time of year. Is going to come over and help me get my voice where it needs to be for these 3 songs, and we'll get it finished. So it's sort of like I'm going to bring her over on the evenings. We're going to eat dinner. We're going to do nothing but music and get it done. So it's going to happen. I've already got the album art done. The album art is done. The album sleeve, the CD cover is all done and ready to go. I mean, that's all printed and like, oh, it looks awesome, but I got nothing to put in it.
Didn't Atrial do that one?
Yes, Atrial did the cover for that, and
I remember you showed me that when you came to visit.
Yes, it was awesome, and which was an awesome visit, by the way.
Yes, we need. Oh, speaking of which, Mando's moving to San Jose.
Yes, he is.
So we all need to have a day and just hang out.
We all need to live in a yellow submarine. Yes, we do.
Oh my God!
It's one of those things where I'm hoping that they will come over. We're gonna have them over for dinner, and then hopefully they'll be good friends and come over every now and then just for shits and giggles and dinner, and that would be awesome. Just to greet them and welcome them to Phonyville, as it were. And then we'll all get together and do something like a snowboard or something. You snowboard?
I tried, and then I accidentally plowed through a woman on her skis, and I've been afraid to do so ever since.
Oh, well, I'm a snowboarder extraordinaire. We can teach you. Not a problem. Because Andy wants to go play in the snow. I know that.
Let's wait until my eye is fixed. Let's wait until I have depth perception, huh?
Well, actually, we could go up to Sierra Tahoe because they have snow tubes.
Yeah, I know that. We can also go up to. There's a. I believe it's Boreal. My dad gets free passes up there, so I'll try this one day. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. We'll talk about it later. Let's see, where are we at? We had 25 minutes. So we got, let's see, we talked Trixie, we talked CMC, we talked new album, we talked Christmas album. Hey, here's one. We now know from Equestria LA that you did some awesome work with Mr. William Anderson. Tell us a little bit about that. How was it working under, with him? How'd that go down?
I was scared out of my wits, to be honest with you. I was straight up terrified. I mean, when Will called me and he's like, hey, I need a rapper for this track. I mean, would you be willing? And do you know anybody who would be able to do something with you like that? And I was thinking, well, shoot. I mean, Ivy's going to be in town soon. And he actually stayed with me for a few days. And I was like, well, shoot. Yeah, me and Ivy can do it. And so he sends us the lyrics to practice and whatnot. And I sent him my rough vocals, and he would send it back and he'd be like, try doing a little bit of this, try doing a little bit of this. And so, of course, I'm sitting there at my computer just staring at my microphone like, oh, God, what if I screw up? I mean, I was terrified of messing up. But after a little while, Ivy came over and we finally I finally let loose a little bit, just tried to have fun with it and ended up having a great deal of fun with it. Then Ivy came over, we did the rap vocals for that thing, and I sent it up to Will. Will sent it off to Disney Japan, and they ended up loving it.
Oh, awesome. Have you seen it, the final cut?
No, because it has not aired yet. It's for the new Pac-Man show coming out in 2013.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so I can't wait to see that.
I'm pretty ecstatic, actually. I'm very, very excited.
I'm excited for you, because when I heard you were doing that, I was like, oh man, my boy.
Yeah. I was actually I was outside the panel room when he said he was doing that, and then somebody's just like, get your butt in here, just said your name, and I'm like, oh God.
I remember that.
Yeah, you were the one who.
I was the one who said it.
You were the one who told me.
Yes,
yeah.
I dragged you in there by your shirt. It's like, ah!
Get in here! Stop mingling! You can be social later.
Yes.
For now, the spotlight.
The spotlight is on you. Which was, speaking of Equestria LA, and I will say it now, that the highlight for me from that whole convention was you killing it in the concert. You just nailed it. You nailed everything you wanted to do. It came up. The flow was fresh. The flow was in time, on beat. You were having a great time, and it just, like, as soon as you were done, you could just see the cork of pressure just go.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was the joy that came out of you was like, Twilight throwing a freaking spell. It was like, it just, and you turned to me and just went, oh my God. And we just hugged for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it was awesome. That was the highlight of my entire convention.
Well, I mean, and I meant every word I said up there, because, like, I see so many. One of the hard parts about being well known, especially in a community like this one, where just potential and talent is literally surrounding you no matter which way you turn. The hardest part about being in a position where people like me, Alex, and Tumar, is when you see somebody comment saying, you are so amazing at what you do. I don't know why I even bother trying to do what it is I do, because, I mean, you guys are so good at it. We're not, though. That's just it. It's hard because it's like, how do you know how far you're going to be able to go if you don't try, if you don't put that foot forward, if you don't make the attempt? And, I mean, to be honest with you, everything I've put out, I'm not happy with a lot of it. Not everything I've put out has been amazing, has been perfect. None of it's been perfect, and none of it ever will be perfect.
Nope. It never will. If you talk to more than half of the artists that are out there, whether they do music, whether they do pencil, whether they do animation, they're never, ever satisfied with what they've done. Yeah. They'll put it out. They'll put it out, but then they'll gain skill as they're doing other things. They'll go back to something they did a year ago. I go back to the Trixie song I did over a year ago now, which was the first song I did, right? And I look at that going, oh, man, the mix stinks. Oh, man, listen to that. Oh, dude, oh, I need to take this down. I need to remix this or whatever. But no, I leave it up there because it's a point in time. It's a point in time of my career that's as good as I could do at that point.
Yeah.
And then it just gets better and better and better until, of course, I did that song last week, which was just a joke. which was it was like, okay, I'm going to do a growly metal song. It's like, how am I going to do this? I have no idea. I've never done it before. So screw it. Let's do this.
Yeah. and you just wing it. You have fun with it. And honestly, that should be the goal when you're working on stuff, is when you're having fun with it, that is when your best work is going to shine through.
Oh, yeah. I liked a couple of pieces of the song that I did. I was a little bit behind the beat, but of course, because Bronified is like, just going off. Yeah. And it's like, oh, but it's like, it had such, you know, it was sort of like I was like 3 feet back from the microphone just screaming at it. And it's like, it's still clipping, damn it.
No. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like you're 3 foot back from the microphone. It's like, I can't turn it down anymore.
Oh my God, no, that was me when I was working on actually Beyond Her Tomb for the very first time, because this is before I learned about how bad the reverb in my room was. And so I didn't have any blankets up on my wall. And so like I have my sound down to 50 in my Windows options. I have the gain turned all the way down. I'm a good 1.5 feet away from my mic, and I'm like, why the hell is it clipping?
Yeah. You need to go steal some egg crates and like staple them to the wall.
Exactly. No, like right now I have like, I think, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedspreads stapled to my walls right now.
Yep.
That is what I have dampening the sound in here, and it works. It works.
Yeah, I've got a huge bedroom that I do my thing in, so it's sort of like, okay, I can't do it in all the bedrooms, so I've been looking to get like a bunch of fold up. I was gonna get some 4x8 plywood and then put hinges on it so that when I record, I can actually make a sound booth and then put it in the garage when I'm not using it.
Yeah.
So
one thing somebody actually recommended to me was, if you have your computer in a corner, you can just like set up a blanket around you in that corner to keep the reverb at a minimum. I know a buddy of mine, he actually just throws a blanket over his head, keeps it off his microphone, and that's how he records.
Wow.
And it works. It works.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Broke, don't fix it, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, because I'm like, and you and I, we have a little project that we were gonna do.
Yes, we still need to do that.
We still need to do that.
I know Black Griffin is excited about it too.
Oh, Black Griffin's excited. I'm excited, and now that Mando's gonna be here.
Oh my God, we should get Mando.
I'll be able to, like, you, me, and Mando could be in the same room.
Oh my God, yes please, please.
Yeah, so as soon as he gets here, it's like, I know he wants to take a break, and he needs a break.
Yeah.
So he'll take a break. We'll like calm down, get moved in, everything's cool, and then we'll take him aside and go, hey, dude, let's do that thing at the place.
No, we best of all, we can just listen. Mando Pony produces the track.
Yes, there you go.
God, this is gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yes. And then there's another thing we were gonna do.
What's that?
2 snaps up in a Z formation.
Ooh, look at it.
You remember?
I don't remember.
Come on, dude.
I'm dumb right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll remind you after the show because I don't want to give it away. No. I know half my viewers now know exactly what I'm talking about, but
yeah, I'm a little bit on the dumb side right now.
I know. It's the Christmas season and we both work in retail.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah. Little sip of juice. Half an hour into it, it's time for the commercial break. So that's what we're gonna do. Commercial break. Right. Let me pick one. We'll go with this one. We haven't played that one in a while. So, everybody, we're gonna go to commercial, and we'll be right back with Mr. Mike, the microphone, who will sit here and take all of your questions, and we'll get Screwball in the chat. So, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Okay, thinking, screw it. Okay, for some reason the commercials don't want to play. Don't ask me why. Must be live stream because they're sitting there in the where they're supposed to be, but they're not playing. So we're gonna do it live.
It might be an offline autopilot queue.
Might be. Probably. You know what? We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. You know who's the main sponsor of this particular program? WeLoveFine.com. That's right.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. T-shirts and bags and posters and all of that stuff, and they just put up the really cool Zakora that Heza made. Oh, you gotta go check it out. So, but if you go there, you can get the T-shirt for this very program from WeLoveFine.com. And if you use EFR10, you can still use EFR10 to get 10% off your entire order there at WeLoveFine.com. They don't have this shirt anymore. This one, which is the Rainbow Dash Led Zeppelin, beautiful T-shirt. But, you know, they got lots of other stuff. So that's where you need to go if you need any pony. And we're back with Mr. Mike. And don't ask me why the damn thing wouldn't play, because I have no idea. So, you know, you're so much better at this live streaming than I am. I need to take lessons.
Yeah, no. I'll show you what you need to do afterwards.
Yes, I need lessons from Mr. Microphone. I'm telling you. So, Screwy, where are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Right here.
Okay. Cool.
So it wasn't me. I didn't have anything to do with it this time.
Yes, you did.
Okay. What did I do?
You're chewing on the Cat 5 cable again.
You know what? I don't know what to say. You know what? It was blue. I thought it was blueberries again, and I figured, you know what?
I'm gonna go get purple ones. You know, they do come in other colors now.
Grapes, then. Grapes, yummy.
Yeah. Screwy. So has the chat effectively
exploded?
Like not exploded because Raven isn't here?
Yeah, I got tons of questions. Oh boy. Where do I begin?
Do it.
I'll go with this is a simple one for you, Mike. This is from Imperious. Question for Mike. Favorite pony?
I love all horses equally.
There you go.
Oh. I like that.
But you know, he said horses, not ponies.
Exactly.
Oh.
I only discriminate against the non-horse characters.
There you go. So in other words, the king and queen of Saddle Arabia.
No, they're fine. They're fine.
Because they're the only horses.
I get to pick between two?
Yes.
And that's good enough for me!
There you go.
No. But honestly, if I have to choose rarity.
Mm-hmm.
Rarity.
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. Oh, so this one is from Wouldnt Tolerate. I don't think you remember, but you were the one that said those inspirational words to me at EQLA during the musicians panel. I have to say thank you so much for saying those words. It has touched me a lot.
Well,
and yeah, but the question he likes to ask is, what do you do to keep yourself going on your music and raps, and what gave you the idea of starting it?
To be honest with you, what keeps me going is the knowledge that even if I do screw up, I'll get better. Because the thing about it is that if you want to get it, and this is my favorite quote from a cartoon that I will ever hear, and it's Eddie from Ed, Edd n Eddy, and the quote is, if you want to get it right, you gotta get it wrong. Nobody gets something right 100% of the time on their first try. If you want to get good at something, you have to acknowledge that you're going to fail a few times. You're going to fall down, and you have to stand back up. And if you want to get better at it, you're going to have to realize you're going to fail a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that. I mean, early on, I was so concerned with trying to... Because I'll tell you what, it's still intimidating being surrounded by people who have just the most insane amounts of talent I have ever seen. I mean, you have Alex, who will be sitting there playing games with one another, and then Alex will just pop off for like 5.5 hours, and we'll be like, "Where'd you go?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just finishing a song." And it's like the rate at which he's able to pump out just amazing music baffles me, and it's very, very intimidating. His level of skill and the knowledge that he has is equally intimidating. I mean, I'm still amateur when it comes to original compositions. I mean, yeah, I can hold a tune fairly well, and I'm decent at rap, but to have these people who sing, who produce, who do everything under the goddamn sun, I'm sitting here just like, oh, geez, how am I going to match up to that? But at the end of the day, you need to stop comparing yourself, because everybody's going to be good at something, and everybody's going to be bad at something.
Mm-hmm.
People have a limitless pool of potential at their disposal. They just don't even realize it. You can do what you want to do. You just need to realize that you are going to have to work a little bit for it. And as long as you put your, and as long as you put your mind to it, there's not I'm sorry, I'm going to stop saying that. There's not a thing that you are unable to do if you put your mind to it. You will be able to do anything. And I firmly, firmly believe that.
Yep. Look at me, folks. I'm a 44-year-old biker guy, and you guys show up every Monday to watch me. Okay? How did that happen? I don't know.
The same way I have like upwards of 10 to 30 people camping my stream.
Yeah, and you're not even there.
Yeah, it's like I'm not there. You are watching an offline screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, anybody can do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's really,
if you watch, if back in the day VH1 used to do a behind the music, right? And I was watching that today because I love watching the old behind the music and how these bands got started and all that kind of stuff. And look at Metallica.
Yeah.
Right? Metallica was a bunch of guys who were fans of heavy metal music that got together and started playing. And look where they are.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't take no for an answer. They were going to be the heaviest, hardest, fastest playing band and they were going to take over the world. They wanted to take over the world, and guess what? It happened. Because they worked at it, that they sacrificed to get it. Because they did nothing else but. And if you want it, you can go get it. Just, you have to want it.
Another really, really good example, Queen.
Yeah.
Not every... Queen has put out dozens upon dozens of songs that, let's face it, were not very good.
No.
I mean, but then you have songs like Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls, We Are the Champions. You have those songs. Yep. And they kept working through it. They put out dozens of songs that were really bad.
Yeah, really bad.
But they kept working at it. Mm-hmm. And even though they screwed up a few times, they kept working at it. Yep. And that's why people, like, I think that's part of the reason why everybody's like, wow, these guys are amazing, was because when they did get something that just hooked everybody, they knew it. They knew it. And at that point, that's when the work, when all the effort, when all that falling down finally paid off.
Yep. Next.
And I mean, shoot, Matt, what was it? What song came on the radio that one time when you were going to work and you were late?
I'm trying to remember.
I think it wasn't We Will Rock. No, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
Yeah, Matt here is going to work. He's late for work, and he's sitting in his car at his job listening to Bohemian Rhapsody. He walks in and you're like, what, 6 minutes late?
Yeah, I was just at the barely, like, the acceptable amount of time to be late.
Yeah, and his boss is like, why were you late? And he's like, oh, Bohemian Rhapsody came on. And boss is like, oh, yeah, okay, that's fine.
My boss actually understood completely.
There you go.
Yeah.
That song always plays at works. Always plays, and I love that one. Probably out of all Queen songs, I love that one most.
Yeah, no, Bohemian Rhapsody was amazing.
Yep. Go, Screwy.
So this one is from Luminaire. A question for Mike. What's the best song that you've been involved that you've done or have been involved with, in your opinion?
Is none of them an acceptable answer?
No.
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I want to know the one you hate the least.
Okay. Geez. If I had to choose one, it'd be either Nightmare Night or this Christmas rap that I just did.
Ooh.
How could you hate Nightmare Night?
No. Which one he said? No,
the least,
question was. Yeah, which one? Yeah.
I'm still. How could you hate that one at all?
Okay. Honestly, the rapping for that one was straight up terrible.
Bull.
No, it was no. From a technical standpoint, that rap was terrible. That's why I rewrote the second verse and tried to perform it at EQLA.
You know, you could say that the technical rapping in Baby Got Back stunk too, but guess what? It was a huge hit. It made him a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just again, this is me being critical of myself. That's again why I rewrote the second verse. I should actually record that at some point.
You should.
But I rewrote the second verse specifically for that purpose. And then the Christmas rap was just, again, the songs that I dislike the least are the ones that I had the most fun doing. And so at that point, it's less about, oh God, is this going to be good enough? And it's just, you know what? I had fun with it. Whatever.
That's it, man. You got to have the fun. Why do it if it's not fun?
Exactly. The moment this becomes something that's unenjoyable is the moment you can't do it.
Yep. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
So this was from, I always say her name wrong. You know, Shikari Speeder, and he just likes to say, Mike, thank you so much for auctioning the Rarelicious poster at the auction at Equestria LA. It meant a lot to me and to Kiki too. Everything we all do really makes a great difference to every pony. Tell him as thanks for the auction, I shall create your OC poster as a thank you.
No. You really don't have to do that. And you really don't have to do that. And I say that because I wanted to help Kiki. Everybody was giving stuff into the auction. Mm-hmm. And I figured, why not? Why not contribute back? Not only that, but I mean, Kiki's dad is just the nicest person I have ever met in my life. And if it's able to help him and his daughter through their cancer situation, then hell yeah, I'll do it.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it in a heartbeat, because honestly, it's people like that give me the most joy in this world. Like seeing people like Kiki's dad. I mean, just honestly, one of the happiest, most kind men I've ever met in my life. He walked up to me after the auction, gave me a giant Twilightlicious wall scroll signed by Taro with the certificate of authenticity. And I'm sitting here like, you really don't have to do that. He's like, no, thank you. This is for you. You can have it. And I'm blown away by that man's generosity. I really, really am. Mm-hmm. So if it means I can give back, then hell yeah, I'll do it.
That's awesome.
So thank you, but it's a reward in and of itself.
I have to give that moment of silence. So this one is from Zyra, Pony Lover. Question from Mike: are you planning on making a epic pony rap battles of Equestria anytime soon?
No, and I'll tell you why. I put that project on an extended hiatus because I want to focus on my other projects first. One of my biggest things about that particular project was that I wasn't enjoying it. It was becoming a great source of stress for me because I didn't have anybody else I could work on it with. I didn't have somebody I could bounce lyrics off of. I didn't have anybody who was free enough and able to help me with everything. So I felt a lot of pressure just kind of resting on my shoulders. And I got a lot of people asking about it. And so I put that on the back burner in favor of my album and the other musical projects I wanted to pursue because it was something that wasn't bringing me joy. But what I will say is that I have created a separate channel for the rap battles, and they will be continuing soon because I've merged my project with a man by the name of Rikun. And Rikun actually is almost done with one of his first rap battles, which I need to tell you is amazing. It's the Zakora versus Iron Will rap battle, and that's all I'm going to tell you right now. And that will be going up actually on the channel in the next few days. So if you guys want to look that up, the channel is youtube.com/user/EP Epic Pony Rap Battles of History abbreviated. So EPR BOE. God, I'm terrible at that. But you guys can look that up, and that will be going up very, very soon. It won't be animated, but it doesn't need animation. I'll tell you, it does not need animation. It is brilliant on its own, so you can look forward to that very, very soon.
Awesome. So this one is from Pink Pearl Apple. Question, Dusty. If I was somehow able to make a bacon hat, would you like it?
Will it be made out of real bacon?
That's all I was wondering. I'm like, is it
real bacon? It can be kind of smelly by the time it got to me.
No. You have to ask if it's going to be freshly cooked bacon or if it's going to be raw bacon too.
Yeah,
it's felt.
Felt bacon hat? Oh yeah. You make me a felt bacon hat, I would wear that in a heartbeat.
I was kind of hoping for real bacon.
I know you were. You'd probably lick it off my bald head too.
I would. I did say I was going to polish your head, didn't I?
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think you were going to do it with your tongue.
You'll be attracted to cats for a week, Dusty. They'll just be floating around your house.
Yeah, I can just see it now.
Oh.
Well, that's borderline inappropriate.
It's borderline, but not.
Oh my god. So this one is from Gavin Japp. Gavin Gap.
Hi, Gavin.
And I like with that. And the question is, Dusty,
Yes.
if you're the person who taught Scootaloo how to mechanic.
Shirley did ask me to help a little bit because Scootaloo was showing signs of mechanical aptitude in school. So, it was one of those weekend things where, I showed her the right end of the wrench, as it were. It's like to use on how to use things, and yeah, I gave her a couple lessons on how to fix stuff, and it seems to have worked out. Yeah, I mean they couldn't even fix a table last season. Now look what they do. They can build a whole float overnight.
Jeez,
It's my fault. I did that.
You know what? You'd think that would be her cutie mark. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they can build that kind of mechanic, I can't even do something like that. I'm like, whoa! I actually really did think that was her cutie mark for a second with the whole wrench. I'm like, she actually got it! Oh, it was...
What was awesome is that William Anderson did the whole A-Team background music while it was going on, but not. It was really close.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like,
so
oh yeah,
close.
it was awesome.
Amazing. Oh, Mike, when you get to it, it'll just blow your mind. It will. Eventually.
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 If I'm not drowning in procrastination and thoughts of, oh God, why am I not working?
Mm-hmm.
So this one is from Screwloose. Question for everyone. Is there anything that you're hoping to receive for Xmas or respective holiday?
I've gotten everything I could ever want this year. Between the friends that I've made, between the music that I've made, between the places that I've gone, between the help that I've gotten over this year, I've gotten plenty. I don't need anything else. And I'd rather give it back if I could. Not give things back, but give back to other people, give back the joy and the help that I've gotten. So I would rather do that.
I'd love it if I'd have more time to work on things.
Well, I can't do that.
I really, if you, that's what you can give me for Christmas. You can give me time.
Time won't give me time, 'cause time makes lovers feel like
But
they
in all-
got... What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying. In all honesty, you started singing, and I was about to, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna let him sing. I'm enjoying this. Just go ahead.
Yes.
But no, if there's anything I want, it's just I want Drive to finish my album, and I want to be able to see my family because I haven't seen my full family in several years now. Mostly because my brother, I don't even know what's going on with him anymore. My older sister doesn't talk to anybody, and the rest of my family has just become really, really distant, which is sad because we used to spend Christmases together like every year, and now it's like we don't hear from anybody.
Let's hope that situation rectifies itself soon.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. So this one is from Sci-Fi. Question is, what is everyone's overall impression to the Creeper Christmas album?
Sci-Fi, we were just on Saturday Night Songs. Come on. We all know everybody loves the album. Come on, Keenan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I know it's you. I remember the name. No, but to be honest, I listened to it last night and I was blown away. I was seriously blown away just by how amazing the entire album turned out and the fact that it was produced as quickly as it was. And yeah, just everything turned out absolutely amazing. So I was very, very pleased with how it came out. Although I do have to agree with Monique. We were talking after the show, and she was saying, I really wish we could have put your song last, Mike, because if we had been able to do that, that would have been a perfect way to go out at the end where the kid's just like, so I'm still on the nice list, right?
Yeah. That would have been
And I'm
awesome.
just like, oh, that would have been perfect. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
I did 2 Christmas carols last year, and I want to do one again this year. But it's like I'm trying to figure out what to do because now everyone's doing Christmas carols. And it's like, oh, you did that one, and you did that one, and oh man, run out of Christmas carols.
Yeah. Honestly, when Monique gave me the email that, hey, I need your email so I can send you the download links, and my heart just instantly started racing. I'm like, oh my god, it's here. So then I downloaded it, which felt like ages, and then I listened to it, and honestly, I really did feel like a kid again. Like the music, like most Christmas music seems so repetitive, but there's just something about this album that just really brought out my inner child, and then I'm just like, wow, it actually feels like Christmas again, because honestly, for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I never really had that feeling. But when listening to this music and hearing all you amazing artists sing and have an amazing time, it really did blow my mind. I really enjoyed it. It's a creeper Christmas.
Screwy, did you get your present?
No. But like, not yet, because, well, let's see. First I knew my plushie was in the mail.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure that my present's in the mail too, but then I realized, wait a minute, the post office is, closed on weekends, which I was flipping and just going crazy throughout the entire weekend. And then I asked my dad, hey, can you by any chance pick this up for me? He forgot. So now I have another day without a present and a plushie, and it's driving me up the wall. Okay.
Well, it's there.
It's actually there?
Yes, it should be there. I sent it like 4 or 5 days ago, so it should be there.
Oh, okay.
Next.
So, one second, I gotta go to the next one. This one's from Nerfly. Question is to Mike. How did your OC come to be?
Oh, I love-hate telling this story.
Uh-oh.
I love-hate telling this story. Yeah. Basically what happened was one day, I had no power in my house. My dad hadn't paid the internet bill, and he was in Tennessee doing God only knows what. And, I asked him, I'm like, are you gonna pay? And he's just like, oh, I'll pay when I get back. And I'm like, but I have schoolwork that needs to be done. The rest of the people in the house, because my aunt, her boyfriend, and my cousin were all living here at the time as well. He's just like, well, I'll take care of it when I get back. And I'm like, so you're screwing everything up for everybody else because it doesn't affect you in Tennessee. And I'm like, God dang it. So I sat down, I watched the entirety of season 1 on my phone using the 3G that I had. And just ripped through that in a few hours. And then I started getting involved in like Steam groups and the chat rooms on Steam and whatnot. And I was trying to think like, gee, what kind of alias could I have? Because at the time I was just calling myself Dinkelberg. Literally was just calling myself Dinkelberg. And thinking back on it, that I should have stuck with that. That would have been cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would. Go to a convention, have everybody go, Dinkelberg.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no. No.
But,
we'll argue about that for a while. No.
But anyway, so I was thinking about, okay, so I want an OC. And so a friend of mine, Kyla, she designed an OC based off of a couple of other characters that I had. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is actually a really nice design. And I still have the original picture of that OC. And she's like, okay, well, what do you want as the cutie mark? And I'm like, oh, gee, what am I good at? Well, I do like screwing around with my voice and singing from time to time. So let's go with a microphone with a pair of headphones around it. And so we did that, only I wanted to actually give it a name. And I'm sitting there like, oh, geez. Oh, geez. It needs to be something clever and related to the cutie mark.
Mm-hmm.
Headphone, microphone, microphone what? Microphone, Mike the microphone. That sounds nice.
Yes.
That's literally how it happened. And, yeah. Here I am. Incoherent, just babbling to myself, and there it is.
There you go. Next.
So this one is from Fennicus Kitsune. Question for Dusty and Mike: are you folks still gonna do a doo-wop album?
That's what we were just talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
We are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Please. Yes.
We're waiting for
I made
certain
him
things.
excited again.
We're waiting for certain celestial bodies to align.
We're gonna get a whole lot of male sing. We're gonna get Mando. We need to get Black Griffin.
Yep.
We need to get a lot of people in.
Yep.
You know what? That's it. The four of us: Black Griffin, Dusty, me, and Mando. We're gonna make a doo-wop album. This is gonna be good.
It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be
I already, you know what? I've already sent a telegraph to Luna to get the celestial bodies to line the hell up because it's been a while. And if she can't make it happen, I don't know who can.
This is gonna happen. This
It's going to happen.
This is gonna be a thing. It's gonna happen.
It's going to be a thing.
Gonna make a doo-wop album. Doo-wop, 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 yeah.
Oh, that just reminded me of Timeless by Michelle Creeper.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't
The
sing.
sultry,
You guys
sweet
make me
sound.
so sad. So this one is from, get ready for it, Dusty,
Mhm.
James
James Justice!
Is he your resident superhero viewer?
Yes.
Because I like that name.
He is our resident superhero.
That's actually his name.
Have no fear, James Justice is here!
And question for all: is there a celebrity or a fictional character you want to see in MLP in the near future?
Is it wrong of me that the first thing that popped into my head was Samuel L. Jackson? Is it bad that I want to see Samuel L. Jackson in My Little Pony?
Snakes! Why are there snakes? Why are the mother-bucking snakes on my mother-bucking train?
Somebody get these mother-bucking horses off this mother-bucking train!
There you go.
Oh my god, please. Somebody at Hasbro, make this happen, please.
No, that ain't never gonna happen.
Oh, I know it would never
They can't
happen.
get Stan Lee on the program, much less,
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic. You think they're gonna get Samuel L. Jackson?
I don't know, he might do it.
Oh, you know what? Now that I've said it, somebody needs to draw it.
Yeah.
Get on it, people.
Oh my god, yes. Oh. So. Oh, so this one is from Crazy Local Girl.
Crazy local.
Girl, why you acting so cray-cray? I had to. I'm sorry.
Of course you did.
That was an opportunity I was not about to let pass. I'm sorry.
So, question to everyone: were you naughty or nice this year? Be honest.
I played Devil's Advocate.
Devil's advocate, my butt. God, I know you.
Yeah.
He was naughty.
Yeah.
Me, I give it up. I was naughtier than heck. Traipsing around the country.
It depends on your perception of nice.
True. I'll give it that.
I mean, I was playing Kirby Air Ride with my friend Kyle, and I did knock him off his Warp Star and then continue to beat him around and beat up any Warp Star he jumped on, so I think that constitutes as naughty.
Naughty.
I am not a nice person in video games. I'm just not a nice person.
Except for you, Dr. Zoidberg. You get a pogo stick.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I don't know. I did kind of break the live stream the one time and accidentally broke the commercial.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a naughty pony.
Yeah. And you got yourself. I had to go rescue your butt from Nightmare Moon.
Oh yeah, that was quite the adventure.
Naughty.
Why'd you have to remind me? Now there's all sorts of dark thoughts going through in my head about what I went through. I'm still grateful though that you saved me.
You're welcome.
So, this one is from Daring Do. Question for Mike. Who is your inspiration for your raps and music?
My mother, actually. And
Oh,
I will tell you why. My mother was actually the one who taught me to sing. She also taught me very basic music things about rhythm and all that. And she used to let me listen to a lot of stuff growing up. My brother used to take me out skateboarding, and my very first introduction to rap was a Wu-Tang Clan cassette that he had. And so he'd be out skateboarding, and I'd always go around with him. And we had this dual cassette player boombox, which back in the early '90s, if you had one of those, whew, look out. And so we were walking around with one of those, and I'm just singing along to the lyrics. I have no idea what they mean, mind you, but I know all the lyrics. So I'm sitting there like, yeah, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing. But at a very young age, my mother actually encouraged me to sing and to actually learn how to do that kind of thing. And I regret not pursuing it in like school and whatnot, but she did teach me a great deal about singing and a lot about rapping too. My mother actually had the opportunity to go into the music industry professionally, but she decided against it in favor of raising her 4 children. And so I learned all that from her. And so to this day, she still supports me with what I do and always gives me honest critique. And if I ever need an honest critique, I get it from her, that's for sure. So definitely my mother.
awesome. So this one is from Bobohead13. Question is, what is your general reaction to the EQLA charity auction? Did any particular moment stand out for you?
Ooh, yes, big time. First off, OHOD's $2,000 bid.
Oh,
was
yeah.
OHOD's $2,000 bid, and I think that's one that everybody is going to talk about. And that is the one that everybody knows from EQLA was OHOD's $2,000 bid. That went towards the, I think it was Andrea Libman's Run for Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that charity.
Oh, that was...
So, that one, yeah, that one definitely stood out for me. And then I believe, I think it was the Nightmare Moon poster that went for $1,000.
Those 3 villain posters, I wanted so bad. Imagine having those 3 as a collection would have been amazing. But bam, all 3 of them just kept skyrocketing in price. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting.
The Discord poster that I actually got, I talked with the lady at the end of the auction, and I was just like, "Do you still want this poster?" And she's just like, "Yeah." So I gave her. I was just like, because I accidentally overestimated my finances on that, and it was either I get home or I get a poster.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of went with I need to get home. So I ended up paying a bit of the difference for that poster, and then I also gave her Dusty. You know what I'm talking about? The pony badges that Mandy makes.
Yep.
I ended up giving her the entire new set.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's like 12 something bad. It's like $50 value.
Yeah,
So I was just like, here you go. And she's like, you sure? And I'm like, it's fine. Just take them. They're yours. So I mean, those 2 particular auction items though stood out to me, and I was actually really surprised that the Discord one did not go for more.
Oh yeah, I did too.
That one was really well done. Out of all of them, I like that one the most. I really did.
All of them were really well done.
Oh no, having all 3, that would be the best collection ever. But no, they were way too high, way over my price range. So, so this one is from Chili. Question to Dusty. When are you going to be visiting Ponyville again?
Well, babe, you haven't actually gotten with me on the text. How do I know when you're available? You know, I don't know when Christmas break is for Ponyville Elementary. So you don't tell me these things. So you got to get on me with text to tell me what your off time is over the Heartswarm Eve holidays. You see, once you tell me that, then I can figure it out with Equestria Innovations for my slot at the portal. You see. So that costs money, so I don't want to show up and then have you still in school when we can't go out for lunch. I got to know these things. So
and teachers have lunch breaks too.
Get with me on Twitter, okay? Tell me what days you're off over the Heartswarming holidays and we'll hook up.
You have no idea how hard I was resisting the urge during that just to go. Wow.
If you could see what I was wearing, it would be very a pro. Yes.
I have an afro wig and aviators. Let's just get those on you right now.
Dude, they're on.
Oh my god.
Plus my gold chain.
Well, what if we drove to? Come on.
What? I can't have a little fun with my girlfriend? Come on.
Maybe.
Screwy.
What? I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh.
Did I? I don't even know if I do things wrong anymore. I'm just gonna change topics, and this will definitely help out. This one is from Fluttered Tree, and question for Mike: if you were a tree, what kind would you be and why?
Birch tree, because birch trees are radical, and I have 3 of them in my front yard.
He does.
Oh man,
I've been there.
That was quite the answer.
You know what? I've been waiting for that question for a long,
and you can
long time.
You can make awesome canoes out of them.
No, I'm just seriously birch trees. I can't stand redwoods. I can't stand evergreens. Can't stand oak trees. Birch tree all the way.
Birch. There you go.
That and my Minecraft house is constructed out of 90% birch wood. So
there you go.
I'm a little bit biased.
Love it.
Little bit biased.
You're gonna make Flutter Tree cry. Jeez, you're just killing all the trees.
Hey man, I plant them back. I recycle.
Okay, that's good then. That's good. Save the environment. Good on you. Go green.
Yeah.
Oh. So this one is from Paleo. Yeah, Paleo watching the show.
Paleo watching the show tonight.
Yeah. So this question is, how can Mike be so involved in the fandom yet not watch the show? I see him on Tumblr all the time. He has time. Just like Marathon.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
22 minutes of each day for a while.
No. I have time randomly scattered about in about 2 to 3 minute intervals. I do not have a clumped up set of time, 22 minutes, that I can dedicate to watching the show.
And he also knows you watch other cartoons, Mike.
Okay. So yeah, I took a day or 2 to watch Gravity Falls. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great show.
It is a good show.
It's not a great show. It's Gravity Falls. Come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gravity Falls is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so
hey,
funny.
Gravity Falls has been on hiatus for almost as long as I have.
Yeah, what is that? What's going on there? I'm just sitting at my computer. Come on, Gravity Falls. No.
Oh my god. No, it's a great show though, and yeah, no, I am gonna set aside a day, and I'm probably gonna marathon stream all the episodes of My Little Pony that I've missed. So I will catch up. I will catch up eventually.
You got to eat sometime. While you're eating, watch it.
I forget to eat.
No wonder you're a twig.
I go throughout the entire day, and I'm sitting here, and I'm working, and I start to get a headache, and I'm like, oh crap, did I eat today? Oh, I can't remember. Whatever, let's keep working.
Oh, that's unhealthy, bro. That is very unhealthy.
I forget, okay? I forget to eat. It happens. And you know what's funny is when I finally do eat, I have a big hearty meal. I'll go downstairs, I'll cook something on the grill, I'll have some soup, I'll make some toast or have some like garlic bread or something. I'll have a nice hearty meal, and then I'll go to bed at 5 in the morning.
You're making me hungry, bro.
5 in the
Got to be 20 years old again.
21, sir.
Same thing.
No,
I thought you were old, sir.
That 1 year is the determining factor in California about whether or not I can get intoxicated legally.
That's true.
Well, then come here to Canada. Wait, you're 21. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm already 21. I went to the UK a couple of years ago though, and I did enjoy their pubs. Their pubs were fantastic.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Do it.
Do it, Philly. So this one is from Zyra, Pony Lover. Question is, are you planning on, for Mike, are you planning on making any new theme songs or additional songs that are for specific ponies you have done before, like Luna?
Technically, yes. Technically, yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Well, hold on. Let me check something really quick. I have the list in front of me. No, that one's already been done. No. Okay, technically, yes. Well, actually, the answer is just straight up yes. I have 2 that I'm working on for my album right now. I have 1 for Apple Bloom, 1 for Soren, 1 for the Changelings in general. I'm finally going to be making an extended version of My Little Redneck, by the way, and I'm very excited about that. I'm probably going to ask for your help on that one.
I can do it.
All right,
there.
fantastic. All right, we're going to make this happen.
Yes.
But then the entire album after that, there's going to be 1 song for each of the main 6. Well, actually, there's going to be 5 songs for the main 6. I'm going to mash 2 of them into 1 song, but that's literally all I'm telling you.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm giving very, 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 very light hints about it because, yeah, it's still in the baby stages.
Yes, you get nothing else.
Yep.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
So this one is from Rapafoin. I hope I said your name right. Question for Mike. Do you plan to do another dramatic reading sometime soon?
I do, yes. Dramatic readings is something that I do actually miss a great deal. But yeah, I've been focusing more on my music and kind of putting YouTube as a whole to the wayside so I can get that work done. But once I actually get that work done, I do plan on doing more dramatic readings again. I'm also getting a voice reel together for fan-built Lee Tokkar's project that I do plan on submitting.
Yeah, I have to get that done too. I've actually been, for the last 2 days, I've been doing nothing but reading a fanfic aloud. So I can.
Yeah,
I've been basically slurring my words, going too fast or going too slow or being monotonous. Or it's like, oh, where's the happy medium?
Yeah, it's really just involving yourself. And I talked with Bree actually earlier today, and I'm like, what do I do for a sound? Because I've never done a actual sound reel before, and she sent me hers, and I was like, oh, okay, I got an idea of what I'm doing now. So I'm probably gonna do that over the course of the next couple of days in between bouts of writing and recording. Cool. So
you have to let me in on that. I need to know that too.
Yeah, I'll give you the information afterwards. It's actually really, really easy. But I'll tell you about that later. Later.
I can read these questions all right, but I can't read dramatic as good as you do.
Yes, and you see, he looked into the live stream chat, eyeing for which question he was going to ask next. Then his eyes fell upon it, fixated in an almost psychotic manner.
Oh my god, that's amazing. So this one is from Gavin. Question for Mike. How did you overcome yourself when you were feeling like you couldn't continue?
I took a step back. One of the things that I see a lot of people doing, like everybody here, first off, people deal with the creation block differently. Some people power through it and then go back once the juices have started rolling again and flowing, and they get to work on it that way. Other people take a break from it and come back to it when they're a little bit more refreshed. Me, I stop and think for a moment, and I think about why I'm doing what it is I do. One of the biggest reasons I went on this hiatus was because I had stopped doing this stuff because I was having fun with it. I had started doing it for the sake of trying to impress people, and I started doing it because I was trying to please everybody, and I needed to realize that you're not going to please everybody. No matter what you do, whether it's writing, drawing, music, what have you, you're never going to please everybody. Somebody is always going to dislike what you're going to do, and so I took that step back, and I took a break. I decided to figure out, okay, why do I enjoy doing this? Why am I doing this in the first place? And I found that spark, that bit of inspiration that reminded me this is why I do it. This is why I love doing this. And honestly, it didn't kick in completely until I debuted Rise Above at EQLA because I had been stressing so much. Oh God, are people going to like it? Is it going to be good? Da, 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 da. But it ended up, people ended up loving it. And so it's all about finding and remembering especially why it is you do what you do. Don't do it because you want to impress. Don't do it because you want to get popular, because honestly, that's just going to blind you and it's going to make things a lot more difficult. Do it because you find enjoyment in it, because it inspires you, because you love to do it. Because that'll take you a hell of a lot farther than trying to do it to gain, you know, a few people's attention.
Mm-hmm. And how many times have I said that on this show, people?
Way too many!
Way too many times!
Way too many times!
Way too many times do you bring up that subject?
I don't know what else to say to that. It's straightforward. You do say too many times.
Moon River.
So this one. Oh God, you're killing me. So this one is from Dark Lord Lushkin. I hope I said that name right. This guy's smart. This guy is smart. He looked ahead in his calendars here, and he asked to Dusty and Screwball, "Is the Christmas Eve episode confirmed?"
Yes. Yes, it is. We are going to have a Christmas Eve spectacular right here on this program. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we're going to have things.
Oh, you just reminded me of what I'm doing after the show. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm watching a whole lot of DC animated Batman movies with Matt.
Oh, so you're taking that out of the time of watching ponies.
Gotcha.
I got him! Woo!
No, but I did invite Matt over so we could do that.
Yes.
So, yes, I am choosing DC comic book heroes over ponies.
Yes.
He is a decent...
Sandra would love you.
As well you
Guy
should,
with the
Matt
giant
says.
staff.
Sandra would love you.
Says so.
Oh, Matt came into my house with a giant stack of comics under his arms, and he's like, "Here, read this one." I'm like, "Oh, okay, dang."
Damn. Cool. As a comic book guy, I have to give props to that.
Yeah, he's letting me read The Dark Knight Rises right now.
Oh, good.
And
Good
then
series.
after that, what is it? The Owl one?
Vowels will make it
And then
yours.
after that, he's letting me read Court of Owls.
Good. That's a good series, too.
Yes.
Get you into
Dark
Zycio
Knight
Jimbo.
Rises- Dark Knight
Mm-hmm.
Rises is coming out soon, isn't it? The movie?
Yep.
Tomorrow, isn't it? No.
No.
Not tomorrow. God. I can't remember. I know
Rui.
it's this month. What?
Your language, sir.
Fudge cakes.
Thank you.
There we go.
Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks. Birch trees.
Don't want to have to start pulling out to buy some apples.
Yeah, Cowboy can get on that.
Yes, he can. Next.
So this one is from... Where did I put it? Oh, here you go. So this one's from Quid Pro Quo. Question for Mike. Is there anyone you haven't collabed with that you'd like to?
Alex. I mean, I talk with the dude frequently enough. I'm kind of hopeful that it'll happen eventually.
Mhm.
No, but in all seriousness, I do want to work with Alex at some point, if anything, as a learning experience, and just because he and I are ridiculously close. I was working on a collab with Aviators that I unfortunately had to drop due to time restraints, which I'm a little bit upset about, but that's partly my own fault. So if time permits at some point, I probably would like to work with him. And as for people I haven't worked with in the past, I'm trying to think of who else. EHT, Silverhound. And the only reason I'm not saying Odyssey Eurobeat is because we discussed this and our genres clash way too much for it to work. So yeah, those probably those four: Alex, Aviators, EHT, and Silverhound. Sorry.
Nice.
No, I'm
So this one, oh, don't be sad. It'll eventually come true. Maybe all of them at once.
Dusty.
They're already collabing.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well,
Why are you sobbing? We're already collabing.
That's true.
So this one is from Sean D'Amico. I hope I said that right. question for all. Did you read the new MLP comic book, and if so, what are your opinions on it?
Actually, no, because mine is
No.
coming in the mail.
I have not, because I'm reading Batman comics.
He's doing all sorts of Batman here. What is
I got
this?
Spoiler, you guys! I'm hopping to the Batman fandom. Here I go. Batman.
I know where you live.
He's gone.
I know where you live.
He does. He knows where I live, and I'm actually super scared of Dusty when he's
Drag
back.
you back, kicking and screaming, boy.
No!
Yes.
My secret identity will be ruined!
Absolutely.
My God, you'll be the Joker to my Bruce Wayne.
Oh God, that's beyond creepy. Which actually kind of refrains to this next question from Flutter3 once again. Question is, have you had a creepy fan or event find you?
A creepy what?
Creepy fan.
A creepy fan or a creepy event that has occurred to you?
Yes, I've had that happen before. It wasn't so much creepy so much as it was awkward. And it's mostly because it happened at work.
Oh,
Yeah, those it was when I was still working at the theater, and we weren't supposed to, but I did have on a Rainbow Dash button at the time on my uniform, and it blended in well enough with my other buttons that my boss didn't notice it, thank God. But somebody at the register actually asked me, they're like, "Oh, you're a brony," and I'm like, "Yeah, I like the show. You know, I do music for it and whatnot." And they're just like, "Oh, you do music for it? Cool. What's your name?" I'm like, and when I told them, they kind of lost it.
Freaked.
They lost
Wow.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, oh my God, I'm working and my coworkers are giving me the weirdest look. Please stop. I really don't want to have to explain this to them.
I had a kid show up with we've had this story before on the show, but I had a kid show up with his dad to the motorcycle shop, to the Harley desk, and he sort of looked at me while me and his dad were doing business, right? And I looked up a part for his dad and said, "Okay, we can order this," and all this kind of stuff, and I gave him the part number, and he said, "Okay, I'll come back tomorrow when I get paid," blah blah blah. And he started walking away, and his son sort of like went from my left across to the front, looked at me really hard, put up his pointing finger, and he said, "I know you." I said, "Probably." And he put his fingers to his mouth and he goes, "Manly's broing the world." I'm like, "Possibly." And he just freaked out. You know, he was probably 19 years old, and he's just going, and his dad comes up and he goes, "What?" It's like, "Manly, Brony, the guy showed you online, Manly's Brony in the world." And his dad came straight up to me and shook my hand. Came straight up to me and shook my hand. He said, I want to pat you on the back for what you do."
That's awesome.
Really? And oh yeah, it was a wonderful situation. You know, it was sort of like, it was a very slow day, so it was sort of like I gave him like 10 minutes of my time, and my boss was cool with it. Everybody at work knows what I do.
Yeah.
I've shown them just about everything, and they all think it's awesome. So it was cool.
Oh man, I think the creepiest event that happened to me was actually when I just got back from EQLA. I told everyone that I was part of indeed a show, but I was afraid of the people at work because honestly it's a new job and I don't want to come on as really different, and until I'm friends with them, then I'll tell them about it, about My Little Pony and all that sort. And so I go to Los Angeles, and it turns out that my old supervisor got hired there to where I work now.
Ooh.
So she told them about ponies while I was away. I come back to everyone asking me questions. Like, I've never been hit so hard by so many questions ever. I'm like, I don't know. It really threw me off. It really did.
Isn't that the truth?
Next one, Screwy.
Where is it? Oh, here we go. So this one's for Mike and Dusty. What are from Bismarck? Question is, what are some of your favorite Brony songs that you weren't a part of?
Most of them.
That's too simple.
That's too simple. Let's see. One of my favorites from the early days is One Trick Pony. that Mike did because because of its statement, because of what it said, because it was basically Mike and Jackal at the time basically telling people, screw you. You know, we're going to do what we do, and you can come like it or not. And I love the attitude, and I love it helped me at the time when I was going through a crisis of confidence about what I was doing. And I said, you know what? It. I'm going to do what I do, and if you all love it, come play. If you don't need you.
Yeah.
So that, and of course, Beyond Her Tomb, and I've come to find a lot of my favorite songs go, you know, Mike or Denotive, and then some Alex S thrown in, because I'm not really a big house guy. You know, I used to be. I used to listen to the Jams and the KLF a lot when I was younger, and I like the house beat that these guys do. And if I'm calling Alex S house and it's not house and he wants to kill me,
It's dubstep.
I'm sorry, dubstep. But dubstep is basically house cranked up to 11, if you want to call it that. But house I grew up when house became house. I mean, before the Jams, before the KLF, there was no such thing.
Yeah.
So they pretty much, you know, created the genre. So I'm a lot back into, you know, 3AM Eternal and all those kind of songs. So if a dubstep or a house song sounds a lot like that, I love it. You know, because that's where I came up from. So, and of course, Bonafide, anything Bonafide does is just basically awesome. So I want to collab with him more because we really are on the same wavelength. So probably, you know, you're going to go with that and Aviators too. So I'm sorry, it's just there's too many. Too many.
Honestly, the song that got me into it, like into everything, was Lulz' song Stuck Here on the Moon, which I still have a soft spot for.
Oh, yeah.
Just because that was the one that really got me into the music side of things. And then I followed Lulz' channel, really admired the dude from afar, still do today because he's just a wickedly talented guy. And then after that, I started branching out more. I got introduced to Glaze's stuff. I got introduced to Alex's Party with Pinky, which was a major staple in pushing me to do music and actually, you know, get into the game, as it were. And then, yeah, that's... one that I absolutely adore to this day still is Never Ending Strife by Hateseed.
Oh, yeah.
Love that song.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just as of late too, like I don't listen to a lot of music, mostly because I'm working and I feel like it distracts me, which is counterproductive because if I listen to more music, I'm actually more apt to
make more music.
Yeah, because your brain craves it at that point. So I need to make it a habit. But like that is one song that I'll just pop on and I'll be like, let's get to work.
Yep. Okay, Screwy, we got time for one more question. Make it good.
Ooh, you know I've been keeping the good ones.
Yep.
This is from Burnt Mango. Question for Mike: Do you aspire to stay in one genre of music or work across all the styles?
Honestly, I crave variation like you would not believe. One of my issues with a lot of the music that I see going around in the fandom is that a lot of it is centralized around EDM and dubstep.
Oh, yeah.
And not to say that that is a bad genre, but the biggest issue that I find is that there's a distinct lack of variation. And one thing that I crave more than anything else is I want to see more acoustic stuff. I want to see people branch out into stuff that isn't just EDM, rock, or orchestral. I want to see a lot of variation. That's why I'm doing a country song right now. That's why I'm starting to look into maybe doing some jazz. Hell, maybe even some ska music. Ska music actually is something that has not been touched on quite a bit. And I have a ska song written. I just need to compose the darn thing. But I mean, I crave variation. Yep. And I mean, I know I can do rapping, I can do singing, but I wanna branch out. I wanna learn more about music as a whole. And to limit myself to a single genre would be dumb and very counterproductive. And to any aspiring or even current musicians that are trying to work their way up, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to a single genre or a single style. Branch out. Be adventurous. Be bold. Be risky. Don't be afraid to fail, because everybody fails. Pros are just noobs who never quit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can, branch out. Try something new. Try something outside your comfort zone, especially because when you try something outside your comfort zone, who knows? Maybe you're good at it. And if you're not, but you have the passion and the drive to get good at it, you're going to go places with that. So seriously, branch out, diversify, and try a little bit of everything, because you'll be surprised at how learning something about, I mean, hell, most people don't know this, but a lot of rap has its roots set in country.
Yes, it does.
A lot of rap has its roots set in country music. I grew up listening to country music alongside rap because they were very similar. So don't be afraid to go outside what you're used to and listen to new things, because you'll be surprised at how these genres bleed into each other and directly influence one another. So, I mean, really, just go for it.
I mean, look at my back catalog, people. I started off doing Billy Joel, and then I did Kenny Rogers, and then I did a rap song, Kid Rock, and then and the latest one I've done is heavy metal. So, and I love all these genres, and I will try all of them until I find what fits me. And I've come to find out that I do more blues rock and that type of Frank Sinatra type style of song better than just about anything. So, but without putting my toe into all of those little pools, I wouldn't have found out, what I was good at. I would have been thinking, okay, well, maybe I should do this, but I won't because I don't think I'm very good at it. Well, now I know I'm good at certain things, and now I can go in that direction. So, you never know what you're good at until you go and take a swing. Until you step in the box and take a swing at the pitch, you'll never know where you can hit it.
Exactly.
So, get in the box. All you can do is give it a shot. So, with that, we are at the end of the program. So, I know, boo-boo. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So, the one thing I do want to bring up. Let's go for an extra half hour. I don't know, Mike. Should we?
Let's go. No.
I didn't think so.
That's cutting into my Batman movie time.
I know. I know. Real quick, weekly call-out sheet of the shows you can watch right here on Everfree Network. Reading Rainboom every other Tuesday. I'm now part of that crew, so we're working on new stuff. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern every other Tuesday. Cutie Art Crusaders is Tuesdays. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Equestria Inquirer with Joe Stevens, Tech Rat, Mason, and LTT.
Look at Moose!
And that is Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Into the Spotlight, which is the new show with Osaka Jack, where he gives some bronies who haven't had the spotlight that really should get some. That will be Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sketchy Sounds live songcast, 2-hour live acoustic music with Sketchy, Thursdays, 11 Eastern, 2 Pacific. Brony Breakdown, Wednesdays with Saber Spark and that man Paleo, who was in the chat today, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Lunar Republic, a takeover with Nightmare Moon, who still hasn't apologized to me. Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's where she takes over this entire radio station and plays the music you want to hear. Saturday Night Songs.
Guess what apology you are not going to get?
Yeah, probably. Saturday Night Songs with Michelle Krieber. Saturdays, Michelle will talk to you about anything she's got going on. Last night, this guy was on the program. Not me, that guy.
Yeah. Buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Saturdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, when she eats all her peas. One Tricks Mixology is after that, and that's Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That's the Trance, Electro, and House show with One Trick. And then Pegasisters Live is Sundays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, with the two lovely ladies who want to give you the female perspective of this fandom that we got going on. And with that, we are through. Now, what I want to do and what I want to remind you of is next week's show is going to be the finals of the Studley Stallion Stache-Off. So we're going to have King Harold back one more time, and he's going to have all the mustaches, and we're going to have all the judging, and we're going to have special guests here on the program that you're not going to want to miss. So, more details will come during the week, so be ready and you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to be here for this because it's going to be awesome. So I just wanted to let you know that. And you know what? Sweetie Belle, Scootaloo, and Apple Bloom are already growing their mustaches out, as you can see here, and they're ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. And with that, I want to thank Mr. Mike the Microphone for coming on at the very last minute. And I'm talking about the very last minute.
Oh, it wasn't the last minute. It was a couple hours ago.
True, but you know, it's just one of those things where it was. You had other things. You had Batman. You had Batman to watch. But,
okay, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? It's fine.
Okay.
Batman. This takes precedence. You see, I don't always put Batman before ponies. See, I put ponies before Batman in this situation.
If you put Batman before me, I would come hurt you.
If I put Batman before you, Dusty, you'd probably dress up as Batman and beat the living daylights out of me.
No, I would find some way to hurt you.
Dusty, you'd reach through the internet.
Reach through the internet.
Exactly.
Yes. But I want to thank you again for showing up and giving us a hand. I mean, you really didn't have to, and I thank you very much. Thanks, Screwy, for taking care of all the people in the chat room. And Cowboy Dave, who's going to make us look lovely on the YouTubes later when he gets this all cut together. So, with that, don't forget, next week's show is going to be huge. So, have your ear to the grindstone and be listening for the details, because we'll have them by midweek. All right? And thank you all for coming, and we will catch you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Generally, when you say we want to challenge somebody to a magical duel, you're all like, oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be like magic fight. You're thinking like season 2 finale style stuff when you think of magic fights, and so everybody's getting all excited, and it's literally just magic tricks, and I'm like, oh, that's. I mean, it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked, and it was definitely funny the way she went about doing it. Yeah. But at the same time, it was just like, kind of fell short.
A little bit. I would have liked to seen more of a back and forth at the second time, right? Yeah. Where, you know, all of a sudden you got this great big storm behind Trixie and it's awesome, and it's like, same trick. Yep. Let's do something a little bit more. But it was still pretty good. I thought M.A. Larson wrote it, so I was like,
Oh, no, yeah, don't get me wrong. The episode was absolutely fantastic. At least from what I saw of it, what I understand about it. But again, it was very minor things, little directional changes that could have been done to make it more on the epic side. But again, this is a kids show, so
absolutely,
only so much you can do.
Tell me a bit about the process you and Mando went through for the Christmas album. I know it was sort of a crunch, because all of a sudden the Creepers said, "I'm doing a Christmas album," and it was like, we got to have it done in a week.
Yeah, and definitely, even Monique was under stress about this. Everybody involved was under a significant amount of stress, just because it was one of those things where it's like, first off, Monique has never put out an album this quickly before. And second, I have never had to work under that strict a deadline. Like, I've had some pretty harsh deadlines before, don't get me wrong, but I've never had to work under that strict a deadline. And so I'm sitting here stressing my head off because I get the song, and then 3 days later I find out I have a deadline that's in, 4 or 5 days. And I'm like, oh, how the hell am I going to do this? Because I have Black Friday coming up that I need to deal with. I have all this stuff at home. I have to get my classes ready. So I'm freaking out. And then Mando contacts me and he's like, look, we're going to work together on this. We're just going to sit down and we're going to get it done. And literally, the moment we sat down and we got into a call, it was, what if we do this? What if we do this? What if we do this? For about 15 minutes, we break, we do our thing, we reconvene in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We do it again, continue doing that process. The song is done in, I think, little over 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
Incredible. Incredible.
And I got to tell, like, I loved working with him, because one of the things that I very rarely get from collabs is usually in the past what it was, somebody had a completed beat and then they'd come to me and be like, do you want to throw something on this? I'm like, okay, sure, that's totally fine. With Mando, though, we started with like a very rough beat that I could work off of, and then we built the beat around the lyrics I had created, and then I would create more lyrics based off the beat he had made, and they just built upon each other, and it was just very nice, very neatly done, and it was beautiful. It really, really was.
Very organic.
Yeah.
Way of doing it.
That's a good way to put it, organic.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, because I took Bronafide's Scootaloo Jungle Drum song that he did last week, and
You're watching Ever Free Radio.
And now, Everfree Radio presents Stay Brony, My Friends, with DustyKatt.
Hey everybody! Welcome once again to the West Coast, San Jose, California, with your host, me, DustyKatt. A little later we'll get Screwball in the chat, but there's one thing I do have to inform you of, and it's a sad day because our good friend Raven has had to back out. She's not feeling well. About a half an hour ago she did call me and said she was really sorry that she had to just had to back out of the show tonight. And she will be on, but she will be on at a later date. I'm very sorry about that. But I wasn't going to leave you hanging because Dusty doesn't leave his boys hanging. So, what did I do? I called up my very good friend of the program, Mr. Mike the Microphone.
Hello.
Michael,
Yes, sir.
how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing great because I get to talk to my good friend Mike.
Yay! I don't know how
Yay!
many people are like, I just heard you on Saturday. I don't want to hear you again.
Well, the thing is, they heard you on Saturday talking about one thing. So, what we're going to do is
This is true.
we're going to talk about a lot of things between, Pony and musics and more of the projects you got going on, other than just the Christmas album, which is awesome. We'll see what's going on in your mind, which is a scary, dark
That's
place.
some dangerous ground
It's-
you're treading
it's-
on there. I don't recommend it.
It's squishy and moist.
I swear to God, please stop using. Stop using the word moist. I hate that word. Please stop using it.
I got you.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna make this as good as we can because we will for you out there in live stream land. Michael. So how was your Black Friday? Because we both work retail. How do you do?
Oh.
Are you trying to forget it?
Honestly, it wasn't bad at first.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at a different store other than the GameStop I work at because they needed extra hands, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Which is a horrible decision on my part because I finished the track with Mando,
Right.
slept for all of a half hour, and then I had to get up. I don't even know how I made it across town to that other store. I was fairly certain that I was gonna get struck by a car or something while biking over, sleep deprived and completely unaware of everything around me. But I made it there in one piece, and it was fine at first, but then we started running out of stuff on our Black Friday list,
Uh-oh.
and people started getting upset,
Mm-hmm.
and people started complaining
Mhm.
and yelling
Mhm.
and saying, why don't you have enough? And I was like, oh God, here we go.
Here we go.
And I had to work the floor.
Oh.
But I mean, overall, it
Pretty
wasn't
high.
too bad. How about yourself?
Same thing. Basically, our Black Friday was a week-long sale.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, from weekend to weekend. It was awesome. In
It
that
sounds
I got a
awesome.
lot of sales, kind of thing. But
Oh.
yeah, there wasn't that much, hemming and hawing. People were saying, "Why aren't tires on sale?" Well, that's because you don't make a dime on tires in the first
Yeah.
place. So we give you half off on mounting. Isn't that enough? So-
Yeah, right?
But other than that, we got our tree up. So we got our beautiful tree over there, and we got the icicles hanging from the mantle behind me, all nice and LED, tricolor, rainbow dash style.
Oh my God.
oh, yeah.
LED.
That's
LED
awesome.
lights.
LED icicles, which go all 6 colors from top to bottom.
That's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Caradwin brought those home, and I went, "Really?" And then he hung over, and I went, "Oh yeah." Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's one. That's the thing with Christmas lights. It's always one of those things where it's like, really, oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, once they're up, they're awesome.
I actually do want to decorate my house this year. I'm going to decorate my house this year.
So, Mike, did you watch last week's episode?
I did not. I know, shame on me.
Is that because you hate Trixie?
No. I'm still on season 2, episode 6.
Oh man,
I've been busy. I'm sorry.
It takes 20 minutes to watch an episode.
No, it doesn't. It's gonna take me at least 5 hours because I have to catch up. Oh God!
I now got to think about season 2. And what are we going to talk about then? It's like, okay, we can talk pony. But
No,
it's like
I know the gist. I know the gist of the episode, so I could probably keep up a decent conversation.
Yes. Well, anyway, let's say, how did you feel about Trixie coming back the way they used her? Was it a good way, or do you think that they could have written her just a little bit different? I thought it was pretty cool, except for a couple of points.
I didn't mind it. I certainly didn't mind the way they brought her back. I especially loved that she had a bit more of a volatile attitude, even more so than usual, which was just, I liked that about her. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I was a little bit disappointed in the lack of a direct clash.
Yeah, sort of through, I had Caradon help me with lyrics. He wrote them. But it's sort of like, dude, I can't find the lyric structure in this. And like within 15 minutes, he said, here. I was like, what? I looked at it and went, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And it's like, cool. So now he knows what I want. It's got to a point where we work together so much. It's like, dude, I want to throw in this, and this. He says, okay, done, here.
Yeah. No, and it's great when you have somebody like that, especially when you're working on collabs, when you have somebody who is able to do that, where it becomes second nature and you know what each other wants and you're able to build upon each other in such a way that you just create something amazing every single time, because there's that chemistry there. Yeah. And that is one of the most important part of collabs, is having chemistry with somebody. Yeah. It's fine if you have a certain skill set you can bring to the table, but ultimately what it comes down to is chemistry.
Absolutely. And the Christmas CD, the Creeper Christmas CD, is actually live. You can download it now, right?
Yep, and hard copies will be available soon. I'm not entirely sure when. Monique hasn't released a date for that, but you can download it on, I believe it's cdbaby.com.
cdbaby.com. Look up Creepers. Look up the Creepers CD Baby, and you'll be able to find it there. So now that you've got that done, and now you're working on your own album that you're so excited about, you're telling me.
Oh, I'm excited mostly because I've been saying I'd do this for over a year now, and I am about 4 or 5 songs away from being done, finally.
Awesome. So how many songs are going to be on this epic EP?
I believe, let me check really quick. My last count was somewhere between 20 and 22. It's going to be because it's going to be a compilation album. So let's see here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just going to be new stuff. It's going to be a compilation of my old stuff as well as a bunch of new stuff. So we have one.
Oh, so it's sort of like if Poison put a collaboration together with 2 extra songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sort of like a greatest hits. Mike the Microphone's greatest hits plus 7.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 22 songs.
That's awesome. That's going to be cool.
I'm definitely excited for it. Just today, Cyril, after many months of procrastination, I love you, Cyril, if you're watching. After many months of procrastination, we finally finished the lyrical rewrite / cover of Stuck in Time that we said we'd do. God only knows how long ago. And then I'm almost done with Rise Above, the track that I premiered at EQLA. The vocals for that are almost done, and I posted up a teaser of that on Tumblr, which I'll grab for you later.
Awesome. Cyril is working on something that I'm supposed to be working on too. So now that he has that done, maybe we can get done on that. So, hey, Cyril.
His list of collabs is just continually growing, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, anybody can play the horn like that, plus bass, plus guitar, plus growl, is going to be in high demand.
Well, not only that, but he's also balancing his work life, and no, he graduated. He doesn't have to balance school. Lucky.
Yeah, he graduated. Now he has to have a career.
Yep.
Sort of like me. I have a career? When did that happen?
Oh, God. Right though? Jesus.
Yeah. So let's see. Christmas album we talked about. Did you see the CMC? No, of course we just talked about that. Did you have any overview on the CMC episode from 2 weekends ago?
I did not. No.
No.
All I know is that there are Bab Seed everywhere, and I had no idea. I was very confused.
Yeah, I was wondering because we got remix after remix after remix after remix after really cool remix after really cool remix, and I'm going, where's Mike? It's like,
yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Oh.
I'm really not. To be quite honest with you, I'm probably not gonna touch any song out of season 3.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I love remixes, and I do love the music from the show, but I'm probably just gonna stick to making my own stuff.
Yeah, you're about at that point, huh?
Well, I mean, just because like I prefer making original tracks as opposed to doing remixes. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if I can pull inspiration from the show and make something themed off it, yeah, absolutely. But remixes have never really been much my thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's more up like Silverhound's alley.
Right.
Which he made a trap mix of Babsy, and I was like, are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, oh my god, I want to jump to this.
I thought he was joking. That's the funny part. I thought he was just making a clever joke, and I'm like, oh my god, he was serious.
Yeah, he was serious. That's sort of like I've got this freaking metal album I've been doing with Bronified for almost a year now. I was like, I got 3 songs left, and it's like,
yeah, you're right there. You are in the home stretch.
I'm like in the home stretch, and then blockage. Like the brain goes,
just
I want to do this thing with the song, and I can't finish it because it won't come out right, and it's like, and I go away from it and come back and go away from it, come back. That's like, I know he's like probably really PO'd at me by now because this thing should have been out by BronyCon, and guess what? It's almost the next BronyCon.
You know what? I said, I was like, I'll have my album done by Everfree Northwest. Yeah, that'll be... Nope. No. And after that, I literally just said, you know what? I'm going to make a tentative goal. If I don't hit it, I don't hit it. But I do want to try and have it done by the end of the year. So my goal for myself is to have this thing done by the end of the year. And I need to because at the rate... I've already started work on the album after that, which I'm working on it with Mandy, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We're working on a collaborative thing, and it's going to be an album plus about an 80 to 100 page graphic novel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's all going to be themed. We have an entire story style thing written up for it. And we're going to start thumbnailing it later this week and get it ready, and we're hoping to have it done by next year's BronyCon, which is a very, very loose goal to make. So
yeah, my loose goal on the metal album is Las Pegasus, which gives me 2 months to finish it, and I've only got 3 songs to do. It's just